Since Space Marine 2 is coming out, you're gonna be asking yourself, what is even a Space Marine? I'm gonna answer this question, but I'm gonna simplify it. We're not gonna go too much into the lore, but simply, Space Marines are created. They're never born. They're created by using gene seeds. What is gene seed? Gene seed is simply a type of a bio organ or a biomass. Simply, they just take something out of a Space Marine, something they use to create other different organs for future generation Space Marines. The main difference making a different Space Marine is their Primarch. So what's a Primarch? Primarch is their father. They don't have a mother, they have a father. And the Primarch's father is the Emperor. But the Primarchs themselves, there are at least 20 of them. 2 are missing. The reason 2 of them are missing, because something happened. We don't know exactly what happened, but they pissed the Emperor off. So they're all gone. We don't know anything about them. But the other 18 legions that are left, they have their own differences. And their own differences, example, I'm going to use one of them, is Logor Dawn. Logor Dawn is the Space Marine Primarch of the Emperor Fist. What makes that chapter so unique compared to all the other ones is their whole idea in combat is fortifying. So they're masters of fortifications. So this is what makes them different all the other Space Marines. Because if you told the other Space Marine to fortify, they can fortify something. But Logor Dawn Space Marine, the Emperor's Fist, is going to fortify a lot better. So that's what makes them different. And there's also different chapter gives them different personalities. Like the Salamanders, the Black Space Marines. The Salamanders, they're all kind to their fellow human beings. They actually want to protect you compared to all the other Space Marines. To them, the human protection, protecting humanity is like a second or third thing. The first thing is doing the mission. That's how majority of like Space Marines' minds work. Depending on which chapter they belong to, who is their Primarch, their daddy, is depending on their personality and the way they fight. Now for the Primarch of the Salamander, their daddy is a giant black man. His name is Vulcan. So Vulcan is the Primarch of the Salamander. He's the biggest Primarch among all of his brothers. And if you put his gene seed on a child, because that's how Space Marines are made, right? They put his gene seed on a human, a child, they will become black. So you can see here right now, whichever Primarch gene seed you put on a certain human, they will relate themselves or have features similar to the Primarch. That's one thing you need to know about what makes a Space Marine. Now we have talked about the Primarchs and a little bit about the gene seed. Now we're moving on how they even make a Space Marine. So the first thing is, just like I mentioned before, they get a child. So how do they even get the child? They either recruit the child, or kidnap a child, or ask for a sacrifice for a child. That's right. Each Space Marine chapter, they have different way of recruitment. One is they have a planet that is a death world where people are slowly dying and they find the strongest child there that's still alive and they kidnap him and force him to become a Space Marine. In other worlds, the people just send their children, their firstborn children, their secondborn children to the Space Marine chapter to be recruited to become a Space Marine. Then, after they take the child, they open him up, then they go through organ transplant. They take the gene seed and turn the gene seed into an organ, like an extra heart or the lung, or different type of organ components for a human to become a Space Marine, and they put it inside the child. And after some transfer has happened, like they grow an extra heart, Space Marine do have extra hearts, by the way. They have 2 hearts. So give an extra heart to them. After that, they go through therapies, different type of psychological therapies and genetic modification and biological and cybernetic implants, and then go through extensive medical care, then also hypnotherapy. That's right, they hypnotherapy because they need to wipe out unnecessary things. What are unnecessary things? They need to remove fear, they need to remove things that makes them love or care, and also remove the what makes them human, like what makes us human. We have desires of having a family. They remove that as well. Instead, their desire is one thing and one thing alone: serving the Emperor and serving the chapter. So that you can see that they're becoming more and more not human. So that's what a Space Marine is, because Space Marine is not human anymore. They don't think like us. They don't even act like us. They're not even at the same size as us. They become completely different breed of humans. And that's what a Space Marine is. And even their war gear makes them completely different. Because the type of armor they wear is a power armor. And that power armor is modified to fit on them. That gives them extra strength. And there's a big thing at the back. If you don't know, there's like a big battery behind a Space Marine. So if that big battery powers the power armor. And with the power armor, it helps them to carry bolters. But they don't actually need the power armor to even carry those weapons. They're strong enough. Because normally, if a human uses a bolter, their shoulder will break if they fire. But a Space Marine already has a lot of muscle. They're already really strong enough. They can actually tear a human apart with their bare hands. To them, when a Space Marine fights a human, it's like fighting a baby. That's right. That's literally in the lore. The other thing that makes a Space Marine is the type of colors. So just to say this, every chapter has their own type of color implants and their own type of icon they have. That's what makes them different. Because to them, they're very proud of where they come from, like their chapters. And also, the Space Marines has a higher reflexes and higher like hearing ability, and they simply every sense that they have, including taste, is higher than the normal human. Now, the help with the power armor, they can carry bolt guns. The bolt guns are the iconic weapons that every Space Marine carries. It fires devastating rounds that explodes when it impacts anybody. So they're designed to just completely annihilate anything in the universe, whatever they point their guns at. And that, to me, that's what makes a Space Marine. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time.